Welcome to School Matters. I'm Shawn Gilliland. On this week's show, we'll journey down the James River with students from the Gifted program at Wilder Middle. Get to know our active and new Superintendent, Dr. Amy Cashwell, and crack open a good book with students at Ratcliffe Elementary. All that and much more on the show. The start of the school year is an exciting time for students, parents, and teachers. The transition is made easier thanks to the help of the Henrico Education Foundation, who challenges area organizations and businesses to donate school supplies for students in need.
We have got some amazing Ratcliffes. Can you hear that?
We're excited to be part of the School Supply Challenge Supply Drive. This year we had 44 schools participate and more than 50 businesses that were supporting those schools.
Do you want them up here on the stage again, or do you want them on tables?
Oh, right there is fine. This is great. Book bag. Yay, notebooks.
Each year businesses hold supply drives. They collect notebook paper, composition books, pencils, pens, glue sticks. It goes to good use. The supplies each year support nearly 22,000 students, K through 12. And these are kids that need a little extra hand to be successful in school. We have great schools here in Henrico, but we want every student to arrive prepared with the supplies they need to be successful.
Awesome, awesome. There's going to be a mad rush for this one.
Schools can't do it alone. We really need the help from businesses in the community to supply, whether it's school supplies or support to help teachers in the classroom. Otherwise, these supplies come directly out of a teacher's pocket.
Highlighter, big boxes of things. Look at this big box of markers.
We're always looking for business partners that can help, again, whether it's with school supplies or a contribution to help support a school. We encourage them to reach out to the foundation and get involved. We have schools all across Henrico and students all across Henrico that are in need, and we would love to make that connection and get them involved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Good to see you again.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Have a great speakers. Thank you so much. Y'all are so faithful.
For helping us out. No, we're so glad we were able to do it again this year and get everyone in our office involved. So appreciate it. Yeah, no problem.
What a fantastic way to support our schools. Over at Varina Elementary, students experienced an exciting welcome back to school celebration that included free haircuts, backpacks, books, and best of all, hugs.
Okay, here you go. All right, well, welcome back.
I coordinated free haircuts, and that was by Varina Day Spa and RVA Refuge. Also, Hands on Richmond donated backpacks with supplies in them.
I got the Philadelphia Eagles book.
You want the black one? Okay. We'll have Reese help you out.
There you go.
And then we had the big blue bus here. We had the fire department here, just to get the kids excited and the families excited about our school year. We want them to come in confident, feeling excited about the year. So having their haircuts and book bags and supplies, hopefully that will get them into school feeling happy and excited.
I wonder what this is about.
See something you like?
Thank you. All right, there you go. Good job. All right, darling.
I've been at Varina Elementary now for 15 years. I know the community pretty well now. And so the kids, when they come in, most of them know me. It was just a bright light to see them and give them hugs and get them ready for the year. So. It warms my heart to see that, you know, they're happy, that we are all trying to come together as a community, as a school. Building relationships is key, and doing that is what I tried to do this year. So the families know that Varina Elementary is here to support them.
Here's another 90-second history report.
Think you know about Christopher Columbus?
Yes.
Well, it's time to separate the fact from the myth. His real name? Cristoforo Colombo. That's Italian. Columbus is the English translation. He was not the first European to reach North America. The Vikings traveled to Greenland about 500 years before Columbus, and most people of his day did not believe the world was flat. Actually, Aristotle said the world was round back around 350 BC.
No way.
A lot of those stories came from a book by Washington Irving, the same guy who created Rip Van Winkle and the Headless Horseman. Christopher Columbus really did believe that traveling west would be a shortcut to India, although he didn't know about North and South America in between. After Italy declined on funding his plan, he approached Spanish royals, Ferdinand and Isabella. 3 ships later, the journey began. Over the next 10 years, he traveled to the Bahamas, Cuba, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and parts of South America. He never quite made it to the U.S., but his logs and reports paved the way for future European journeys. In honor of his efforts, Columbus Day is now celebrated in America, Italy, and Spain. So here it is in a nutshell. The world flat, a storybook myth. The shortcut west, that was his. Italy said no. Spain said let's go. He had 3 ships, he kept great notes, never discovered America, but he did find some great vacation spots.
That's Christopher Columbus in 90 seconds.
Good morning, Varina High School, and welcome to our live episode of the Morning Announcements. I'm Kaylin Dunning.
And I'm Paula Belton.
Thanks for tuning in.
Special thanks go out to the Center for Communications and Media Relations at Varina High School for inviting a few extra guests into the studio to check out the morning announcements. Welcome back to School Matters. As you know, one of the big changes this year is that Henrico County has a new superintendent of schools, Dr. Amy Cashwell. Although she hasn't been on the job that long, it's not unlikely that you've already seen her. She's been on the move since day one.
I have had the great pleasure of meeting with not only Henrico citizens and community members, but also so many of our Henrico County school staff, students, families over the past month or two, and it's just been tremendous to hear their own unique perspectives and point of views about the county and the tremendous opportunities we have for students here.
Dr. Cashwell, Melissa Costanza.
The meet and greets were great because they were really informal opportunities just to really shake hands and have conversation with folks. And so across each of the 5 magisterial districts and libraries, which worked out well, had the opportunity to meet parents of rising kindergartners who were curious as to what the school system was all about, and longtime staff members who have wanted to just meet me, say hello, and of course share some of their thoughts and ideas. I had cards for folks to fill out with the prompts I like, I wish, and I want. So that was great, and it's been excellent reading for me since the meet and greets. I've been able to really absorb some interesting trends and thoughts. Convocation was exciting beyond what I ever would have imagined it to be. I was just blown away to see how much pride each school exhibited, not only for their own school community, but just as Henrico, as one Henrico. The energy was tremendous, and I don't think anyone could have walked away not incredibly energized and excited about the upcoming school year, as if we weren't already.
I'm Dr. Champion.
I was able to visit a few schools on the first day. I think schools went out of their way to make sure they were sending a message to kids that they were welcome. I mean, from pom-poms and music and sidewalk chalk messages, greeting students, that was so impressive, and I hope the students had as much fun on the first day as I did. Every school has its own unique culture, its own sense of what they're proud of, and while we're all about students and we are one Henrico, every place is different. And so I can't wait to get to know the individual schools, the staff, the leadership, the communities. You know, that'll be fun for me to get a sense of what it is that makes each place tick. I knew I was someplace special, but it was exciting to get out and meet the people who make it special. And so from shaking hands at meet and greets to attending community events, it's just been wonderful to have face-to-face time and shake hands and get to know people. And again, whether they're folks who are involved directly with the schools or happen to just live in the community, getting a sense of the place has been wonderful.
And there's no sign that Dr. Cashwell is slowing down. She's been visiting our schools on a regular basis and has implemented town meetings where parents and community members can come and ask questions face to face. Don't be surprised to see her at your school any day. Time to switch gears and join the gifted program at Wilder Middle School. They sent students to Ecology School for 2 days right before school started. Hosted by the James River Association, they learned about the river and took a hike across an island to learn about native plants, animals, and insects, and the importance of the Atlantic sturgeon to the James River.
Welcome to the James River Ecology School. Yep, they belong here. They've always. And then we have. Hey.
Oh my God.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
Oh, okay. That's trash? No.
Throw it away. Wherever you want.
Fish.
Yeah.
Don't go away, because after the break, we'll hear about a groundbreaking announcement happening right here in Henrico. Now for another 90-second history report.
Politicians fight. That's nothing new. You hear about it every day, but did you know that a cabinet member and a vice president once pulled guns on each other? Back in 1791, Aaron Burr took the New York Senate seat from incumbent Philip Schuyler, father-in-law of Alexander Hamilton. You know, the guy on the $10 bill. That made me mad. A few years later in 1800, the Electoral College can't decide between Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr for president. Hamilton, Secretary of the Treasury, breaks a deadlock, calling Jefferson the lesser of two evils. Now I'm mad. Public name-calling continues for years, until finally, Vice President Aaron Burr challenges Alexander Hamilton to a duel. In July of 1804, the two met outside Weehawken, New Jersey. The story has it that Hamilton fired first with a shot near Burr's head. Burr responded with a shot in Hamilton's abdomen, which eventually kills him. Burr is later charged with murder. He serves no time, but his political career is ruined. Oh, no! So here it is in a nutshell. Two colonial heroes rose to fame. When things went bad, each used the other to blame. One lost his life, the other his name. Politics truly is a dangerous game.
That's the Burr and Hamilton duel in 90 seconds.
These projects will be transformative. Each represents an $80 million reinvestment in our youth, in our future, and in our community.
And I'm excited to say that Tucker's time has come. There you go, girls.
I'm proud to announce today as well that we will be building a new Highland Springs High School as well.
When we think about the goals that we have as a school system to create life-ready students, what a wonderful opportunity we have to design learning spaces and learning programs that will allow us to achieve those goals.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you turn around and you look at that scoreboard, you'll see 2021. That is the date. Today's freshmen are going to be the first graduating class out of both of those schools. That is our goal. It's an ambitious goal. We will absolutely meet it.
County Manager John Vitolkas was at Highland Springs High School to make that exciting announcement. A new J.R. Tucker High School and Highland Springs High School are set to open in 2021. Welcome back to the show. Summer is usually a time to relax by the pool or take a much-needed vacation. That wasn't the case for one rising senior at Freeman High School. She was busy working towards earning her Girl Scout Gold Award by creating a mural at Ridge Elementary.
I started on this project at the end of May, and I wanted to create a project that used my artistic skills, working towards my Girl Scout Gold Award, that inspired kids using feminist role models and role models throughout history that aren't necessarily represented in history, but still made really important contributions nonetheless. It took me around 3 to 5 hours for each, depending on who it was. So Clara Barton, for instance, was much easier to paint than Cleopatra. She had a lot more detail in her face and in her accessories. So those could take up to 5 hours just because it takes a really long time with the brushes to get the detail that I wanted. I had finished talking to one of the classes about all the people in the mural, and I went to go stand by the table to wait for the next class to come in as they all scurried into the lunch line. And a girl came up to me and she wrapped her arms around me. And it was just 2 or 3 seconds before she pulled away and walked into the line. But she was a girl who was smiling when I talked about Frida Kahlo. And it was really, really impactful to me that the art that I produced on this wall could have such a tangible impact on such a young person. During the summer, they had the summer blast camp going on at Ridge, and a girl came up to me and asked what I was doing. And I told her that I was painting a mural. She started reading the names of some of the people, and she read Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosalind Franklin. And I knew that she was just reading it off the wall, so I asked her if she knew who Rosalind Franklin was, and she said no. So I told her who Rosalind Franklin was and what she had done. She said, "Oh, okay," and walked away. But then 2 minutes later, she came back dragging her counselor, and she pointed at the wall and said, "Look, it's Rosalind Franklin. She's a scientist who discovered what DNA was." And that was exactly what I wanted to do with this mural.
Great job, Catherine. The mural will help to make a lasting impression on the students at Ridge Elementary. For the third straight summer, Principal Joy Reed at Ratcliffe Elementary invited the students back over the break for some fun and games and a good book. It is very popular, and this year she had a special guest reader.
The New Girl and Me. The first day the new girl comes to our class, the other girls all shout, "I'll show her around." This summer was our third annual summer reading with the principal. So when I started here a few years ago, I thought, what better way to get the students to come in and visit the school, read, to promote reading. So I have them come in and we have reading with the principal. We have different activities, we give out free books, and then of course they listen to either myself or someone else read to them. Miss Becky says the new girl's name is Shakita, and we should make her feel at home. For us, we try to fill in any summer slide or any gaps in their education. The students that it impacts, they promote the reading. So they promote it with their friends and they tell them to read. We have seen a huge increase in the number of students that are reading on or above grade level for us. It has been a over 25% increase over the past 2 years that I've been here. The students are very engaged and in love with reading if you actually see the action behind it and the parent buy-in. Why was that your favorite part? Because her foot looked big. We like to incorporate fun and learning into our school. We want Ratcliffe to be successful both academically and draw in a community field. The previous time when my daughter did come, Mrs. Stein, our librarian, tweeted it, went on Twitter, and Dr. Cashwell responded and thought it was a great opportunity for our community. And she said, I'd like to come as a mystery reader.
I got a book to share with you today. So this one is called What If?
She came out and it was phenomenal because no one knew she was coming because I did keep it a secret. So that was our biggest crowd and it just worked out that way. When we first started this a couple of years ago, it was a small turnout, but it was fun and it was intimate. And it just has grown beyond what I can imagine. So I think it's our new tradition here at Ratcliffe where we're gonna have summer reading with the principal, and we'll just keep building on that.
We're going to close the show at Hermitage and Highland Springs High School, where they hosted their annual Summer Fun for Henrico County Middle School students. We hope you're having a great start to the new school year. That's going to do it for this edition of the show. I'm Sean Gilliland. Thanks for watching.
Go.
Make sure you run. Although on Thursday, the peers I will be there back at all times, working on pop star.
All the wires in the right place, so that looks very good.